Hi guys, welcome back to the how-to series. In this video I'm just going to show you how to make some set of hook rigs for your skirted lures. Okay, since pelagic season's only around the corner, it's come fast this year, and so I just sort of, I know I've done rigging skirted lures in one of my previous videos, but that was rigging the whole skirt and making hooks and doing all. This one I'm not going to worry about all that. I'm just going to talk about the hook sets. So a lot of guys actually go buy these at tackle shops this time of year, and then they just go buy a set of hooks to match. And generally when they do that, the hooks are either too long, too short, too big. They're not quite the right size hooks. So generally what I'm going to suggest you do is take your skirted lures when you bought to a tackle shop and find the right size hook. First thing you're going to do, they need to be roughly the size of the head of the lure, like so. Okay? Some guys say they have to go over. I don't know, I think if they're roughly the same sort of size, they're fine. So they'll go in there quite nicely, roughly. They're fine. And the next thing you're going to need to do is buy a decent hook that's in line. And what I'm saying in line, I mean the whole hook's straight, okay? The point's not kicking out. Okay, you don't want an offset hook for these, because these basically act as a keel. If it's offset, you can twist your lures. So you just want them in line, the whole thing in line for trolling, okay? So inline hook and roughly the size of your head, go over your head, so that's all good. And that's a 9/0 by the way, and this is a 7-inch skirt. So if you put the like a 9/0 in the skirt there, it doesn't look that big once it's rigged up. Okay? So that's the first thing you do, is decent hooks. Next is, some guys run quite a thick, heavy wire. I don't. I don't mind a little bit of movement in my hooks. So I run a nice soft, this is 150 pound. I'm only talking about rigging up like these little small skirted lures, because Southeast Queensland here, most are actually chasing little blacks with them and a few dolphin fish, so we're not running heavy gauge hooks. So these hooks you can run on from say 8 to 15 kilo line. So we're talking about light tackle. And with a light tackle I run about 150, this 150 pound multi-strand wire, so it's nice and soft, doesn't kink. Okay, and then you need a couple of crimps to suit. I use the double crimps, I just find them a lot easier and they hold a lot better. Okay, small double crimps and a bit of heat shrink, and your good old trusty lighter. That's it. This is not that hard. So first thing you do is, once you've got all your bits and pieces, got your skirt, you got your wire, what I do is just put the wire up under the skirt until it touches the head. So put up until it touches the head, make sure the skirt's nice and straight, and then what I do is go in probably, you know, about a centimetre from the bottom of the skirt, about a centimetre go in, and that's where I want to cut it. So measure the wire, so the back of the head down till it's about a centimetre from the end of the skirt, and that's where you want to cut it, just there. And I find when you measure it that way, the hook sets and everything usually end up, sitting pretty much perfectly in your skirts all the time. So now you just got your short bit of wire. Okay, now all you want to do is put a crimp on. This is the easy bit. Put a crimp on. Now you want to, pull it down. It's not tight, so your hook's still free swinging. Nice little loop. Now what you want to do is crimp it. And when you crimp these things, I think I showed this in another video, make sure you stand them on end like so, and then just crimp down. And these things will crimp down nice and easy, they're not hard. And don't worry about squashing the ends on wire, okay? Like with mono, I'll talk about flaring the ends out. The wire won't matter, okay? So that's all crimped down. There's your first hook. Now what we want to do is just crimp a small loop on the other end. So put it through like so. Measure it up. You don't want to go too small, because this side here, this is where you're going to put your protector tube through a mono and stuff, so you don't want to go too small, otherwise you won't get the tube and stuff through it. So something like that. Once again, stand them on end like so. Hopefully you can see that. And just squash down. Okay. So basically guys, you just made a hook set. How easy. Now just dress it up a bit, and generally want the back hook, you know, what we call stiff rigged. So we'll put over a bit of tube. So what I do is just measure the tube so it goes down over the eye and covers the crimp, so about how long. This might be too small for that eye, but we'll see how we go. It's a little tight, but we should be able to work it on. We can. Okay, so basically there you go. That's a little tight, but that's alright, you get the drift. Then I don't generally use lighters, but I'll just show you. I'll just use a lighter. Usually you just use a bit of hot water or a heat gun and just melt your tube down. There you go, have to go over the top. Alright, quick and easy. And this is the bit where everyone gets confused, how to put the second hook on. Like if I was running single hook, I'd use that. Once you put it up there, you got the crimp from your mono coming down, that hook will sit about there, okay? There's only a small gap between the eye and the back of the lure head, so once you put the protector tube on, the other crimp, that's roughly where your hook's gonna sit. They pretty much sit perfectly every time, okay? So the hook's gonna sit about there, about yay, which is pretty much perfect. But if you wanna do the second hook, this is where people get a little confused. All we do is, once again, a bit of tube, just long enough to cover the crimp. So basically go half that, or a little bit longer. I'll just take a little bit off the end there. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the tube on. And all I'm gonna do is just slide. No, I went asked about with that one. See, as these eyes are a bit big for this tube, I'm just gonna cheat and put it over here. You'll get the idea. So okay, it's on the hook. Now, just with your wire, make sure the hooks are the same way. Just go up like so, until the eye of the wire and the eye of the hook are in line, like so. Now you just get your heat gun or water or lighter, whatever, melt that down. And that's it. How's that, guys? You just made yourself a hook rig. And generally we like them slightly offset. As you can see there, they're not dead straight, they're slightly offset. That's how I like to run my lures. That's a 2-hook rig. And then once you can hear the hook hitting the wire there, see how high it's sitting? But once you put a crimp and a bit of tube on, that'll push down and those hooks will sit about there. Look at that, that's a perfect little hook set for this lure, for chasing dolphin fish, wahoo, marlin over summer. See? All that looks fancy, and it's quick and easy. Once you do a couple at home, they are very quick, they're very easy, and it saves going spending $20, $25 a set, like to make like one hook set at a shop that's already made. Spend $25, $30, whatever, on a handful of hooks and a bit of wire, and make a few yourself. Okay, so quick and easy. That's how you make your hook sets for your skirted lures. And well, that's it for that one, and I guess I'll see you again tomorrow, guys. I think this is number, I'm not sure what this is, a number this is. I think this is 15 or something. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I've got a few more to do. Thanks, guys. Bye.